Sechta Sanhedrin, Daf Nun Gimel Amud Aleph. We're starting from 5 lines from the top. Amalei Rabzeido Abaya. Rabzeido said to Abaya, Shohan Niskolan. All those other Niskolan like Sibu Skila, where the punishment of Skila is not said openly. The Gamri, only the Chacham learned it. The Chi of Skila would Akzeido Shabbat Me'evi V'Yedoini, from the Kishuf of Oiv and Yedoini. In fact, you might have been my Gamri. From which words do we learn it out? B'Mais Yumsu Gamri, do we learn it out from the words that it says Mais Yumsu? And wherever it says Mais Yumsu, it's referring to Skila, Oy B'Dmeyambam Gamri. Or we learn out from the words that the Meyambam that's written by the Yidoni. Amalei Abai said, we learn out from the Gzeda Shabbat, the Meyambam. It says the Meyambam, by wherever it says Meyambam Gamri, that's where we learn out that the punishment is Skila. The Mais Yumsu Gamri. Because if we're going to learn out with the Gzeda Shabbat from the words that it says Mais Yumsu by V'Yidoni, the main Lamali, why do I need the words Meyambam by V'Yidoni? It's extra. Elamai, rather. The Meyambam Gamri. We learn out from the Gzeda Shabbat the words Meyambam, the punishment of Skila. In fact, you want Mais Yumsu Lamali. Why do I need the words Mais Yumsu? It's extra. And with the Gemara, the Tanya, like we learned in the Braisa, it says when the gate Haretzeyach Mais Yumas Hamakeh. The die shall die, the one that killed. The Reitzeyach, he's a Reitzeyach. I only know the punishment that the Torah writes, which is Herek. How do I know that if you're not able to kill him with the Misa that the Torah enumerates? Lamashal, he ran away and he's found on a ship, and Bezin cannot kill him b'cherev. Are you allowed to just kill him with a chetz, with an arrow? That you're allowed to kill him with any misa, that you're able to kill him with. Comes the possibility that you can kill him in any way. Avino was sort of setting up a kasha. If you learn out from Mais Yumsu, there would have been a kasha on Abzeda. What kasha would he have at the Abzeda? Eli, maybe going to say Eishes Ishka kasha. That meaning, if we would have learned out the Chi of Skila from the words Mais Yumas, then he would have had a kasha on this that it says by Eishes Ish, that it says Stam, the word Misa, and we said therefore the punishment is Bechanek, Lemeis Milamigma. Let us go and learn now by Eishes with Exeda Shav from Mais Yumas Me'ev V'Yedoni that Malahalam B'Skila Afkam B'Skila to learn out that it's not going to be B'Chenek. We should learn out by Eishes Shazin that it should be, even though because it says Mais Yumas, we should learn out from V'Yedoni that it shouldn't be Chenek, it should be Skila. I mean, that would have never been a kasha. That couldn't have been a kasha. But the Amar Achmana, since the Torah says Arusa Dafka Naira Muras that committed adultery B'Skila is McLeod, and the is from that you can imply that an asur that committed adultery la b'skila does not get skila. Well, rather the kasha would have been by maka avivime kakashalei. By maka avivime would have been the kasha that the punishment is mechanik. Well, let's learn out from the Mais Yumas that said by Avini that the punishment should be b'skila. The other government says the Gemara, until you learn out the Chi of Skin. Let's learn out that. So he says, no, that wouldn't have been the kasha. The Mleisel Amigma would have been your kasha, right? That by Makis somebody who hits his father and mother, it says the punishment is bechanek because it says Mais Yumas, and normal punishment by Mais Yumas is chanek. We should learn out from maybe the V'Yedoni that it should be skila. Says before you learn out from the skila from maybe learn out from Eishes Ish where it says Mais Yumas, and we know by Eishes Ish and Asua that committed adultery is only chanek. And why should I not learn out from Eishes Ish over Evidoni? Because the Yatar Shoy Lameshkala Hakmala. Because when it comes to Exeda Shabbat and you want to learn out, and you have a choice of a lighter misa or a heftier misa, you always learn out the lighter misa. So that wouldn't have been a question either on Maka of Avimai. On all the other cases where it doesn't say the punishment of skila, that we say the punishment is skila, if we're learning it out from Mois Yumas, so he says, if the Chacham learn out skila for these avedis from the Gzeira of Mois Yumas, then the kash is, instead of learning it out from that the Mois Yumas, from that the punishment should be skila, learn it out from Meishes Ish, where it says Mois Yumas, and the punishment is mechanik. Oh, because it says also the Meyambam, that's how we know, and which it says, and additionally by those punishments that is by skila, it says the actual words the Meyambam, that's how we know that it's skila. These are the 18 cases that get skila. One who lives with his mother, or he lives with the wife of his father who is not his mother, and his daughter-in-law, and he lives with a behema, a woman who lives with a behema, somebody who curses Hashem, somebody who serves idols, and one who gives from his children to the Yetchke Melech, and the Kishuv of Evi Daini, the Shabbos, and one who desecrates the Shabbos. V'amekalel of B'mei, one who curses his father and mother b'Shem Hashem. V'abal, Naido, and also one who lives and with Naido, who's engaged V'amesis, and Yechidim, one who encourages Yechidim to serve idols. V'amadiyach, and somebody who encourages the whole city to serve idols. V'amachashiv, and one who's mechashiv, witchcraft, ben serumeida, and a ben serumeida. Zok the Mishnah, ba'alaim, chayv ala mishmei, one who lives with his mother, he's chayv because of living with his mother, and also mishum, eishesha, because he committed by living with the wife of his father. Rabbi Yehuda, amen, chayv ala mishmei ma'abad. Rabbi Yehuda argues he's only going to be chayv one isa for living with his mother, not for eishesha. One who lives with a woman who it's not his mother. He's chai because of the is of Eishes Av, Ish, also because of Eishes Ish. Whether it's in the lifetime of his father, whether it's after the father died. Say if it's when Eidus in Nasuyin. Habal Kalasi, one who lives with his daughter-in-law, he's chai for living with his daughter-in-law, because his daughter-in-law was married to his son. Whether it's in the lifetime of his son, whether it's after the death of his son, whether it's from Edison or Nesuyin. We learned in the Braisa, if the mother wasn't fit to live with the father, because it was, let's say she was a mamzeres, he's only going to be chayv because of the mother, not because of the mother being married to the father. So, what does it mean that it's not roya to him? If we're going to say the Isa to the father was a Isa, that the punishment is kares. Let's say it was a relative who was married to the father or Mrs. Bezdin. So in such a case, Rabbi Yehuda says it's not considered as a Eishes Aviv. Then it's not even a Eishes Aviv at all. From this, he can imply the Rabbanu hold and argue with Rabbi Yehuda. Even though it's not Rai, you'll still be Chaim Mishumesh Aviv. How can you say it's going to be Chaim Mishumesh Aviv unless like Kiddush Megava? The Kiddush Av was never Teufis, so it's not considered Eishes Aviv. So how could it be that the Rabbanim would argue in such a case? Ella, we have to say Chayav Elav. We're talking about a Iser on the father mitzvah, a Iser that there's no Kaddish or Mrs. Bezdin. Rather, it's only Allah. Rabbi Yehuda Savallah, Rabbi Akiva, and Rabbi Yehuda holds like Rabbi Akiva. The main Kedushin takes him after Chayav Elav. Rabbi Yehuda holds like Rabbi Akiva, says that the Kedushin are not takes even when it comes to Chayav Elav. Most of it, Rabbi Ish is the Kasha. The Gemara now is Rabbi Yehuda holds. You're saying that Kedushin is not Teifis b'chayv lavim. So Rabbi Ish is the Kasha. We find that he is the Kedushin l'chayda is. It says Isa mitzvah Isa Kedusha. The Yavamis that are forbidden on the Yavam, either because of Isa Mitzvah or Isa Kedusha. Chol says v'loi misyavmes. They have chalitza, but they don't have and they don't do yibum. They're mechuyev to do chalitza in order that they should be able to marry outside. Isa Mitzvah, sagt die Mother, what's Isa Mitzvah? That's Arois Hashniyos. Medivri Safin. What's Arois Hashniyos? Arois Hashniyos is like a case of the grandmother of this person, or the father's wife's mother. So in these two cases, it's only a chok. It's not a isa min ha'Torah. It's only a isa l'Rabbanan. It's just to distance the people from doing a isa min ha'isa. Why is it called isa mitzvah? Because it says shemitzah l'shma yedivich hachamim. Because it's a mitzvah to listen to the hachakas that the hachamim made, that they were masakin, and they forbade to marry such women. Like it says, Al pi atira asher yarucha, v'al hamishpa asher yem lecha tasel lo yisas min adav asher yagid lecha yamin v'smail. So here, that's a mitzvah. Say you have to listen to the chachamim. V'amai kol le'yis kedusha. And I'm saying Is Kedusha. What's Is Kedusha? He says Amana l'Kohen Gadol. Let's say that the Yavam was a Kohen Gadol, and now she's an Almana, so Almana cannot marry a Kohen Gadol, or Gurush v'Chalutza, or the brother married a Gurush or Chalutza as a Kohen. Now this brother, the Yavam, he doesn't have to marry it. It's Asuris. The Kohen Hedger, the Yavam is awesome. It's a Kohen Hedger is not allowed to marry Gurush or Chalutza. Why does it call it Gurush v'Chalutza or Amana l'Kohen Gadol? Why do they call it Isi Kedusha? Because the Gabi Kayanim, it says Kedoshim Yiyul Elaheyam, meaning these Yisurim are together, that the Kahanim were commanded to behave in a Kedushnik way. Zog the Yemara Vatanya Allah b'Lit Nabraisa b'Kasher to this Mishnah. Rabbi Yehuda, when he learned the Mishnah, Machlev, he reversed it. He said Isa mitzvah is Amana l'Kohen Gadol, Gurush v'Chalutza l'Kohen Hedger. Why? Because in Sefer Vayikra, which it talks about the mitzvahs that are specifically for Kahanim, it uses the words, the Torah used the words Elah mitzvahs. And the Shniyas he calls Isa Kedusha, because the Akanos HaChamim is what's the purpose? Is because Kaddish Atzmacha Mutalach. The saying goes that sanctify yourself even those things that are mutter to you, in order you shouldn't fall to do Isa Daraisa. So the lashon is used Kaddish Atzmecha. That's why he learned the reverse. But ultimately a chalitza is needed. He's talking about Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Akiva Svidalei. If you're gonna think that Rabbi Yehuda holds like Rabbi Akiva, that Chayav and Lavin, I have a din like Chayav Krisis, and it's not a Kedushin. Oh, Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Akiva Svidalei. Mechti lo me'akuktam Chayav and Lavin. Rabbi Akiva Chayav Krisis dami. He has a din like Chayav Krisis. But Chayav Krisis Lavin Chalitz ve'Yibun, and Chayav Krisis are not in the gather of Chalitz and Yibum, because the Kedushin was never typed by the brother L'Chatchila. So how could Rabbi Yehuda learn that by there you would need chalitza? By these cases, by kedusha, isa kedusha, or isa mitzvah, how can you say you're going to need chalitza? He was only saying according to the Tanakama. Rabbi Yehuda said that according to the Tanakama, it says isa mitzvah, isa kedusha, and the kedushin is chal. So he said that they'll need chalitza, no yibum. But he himself says you don't even need chalitza. It's part even for chalitza, because it's like anashim who are forbidden bikaris to this woman. Women who are forbidden to men. Isa karis, even the Rabbanan hold it's not going to be tefus. According to Rabbi Yehuda, Allah has the same level or same Isa as karis, that the kedushin is not tefus. So therefore, even according to Rabbi Yehuda, even chalitza you wouldn't need. He was only talking about according to the Tanakama, who say by chayv elamin you need it has the kedushin is teifus. So he said if it's isa mitzvah, it's kedushin according to Tanakama, you won't be able to do yibum, but you would need chalitza. Zog Rabbi Yitzchak. When Rabbi Yitzchak came, Tani Kiditnan, he learned the machlekes like our Mishnah. Rabbi Yehuda Aymayin chayv elamin mishum hayin bavad. That if a man a son committed adultery with his mother, he's only going to be chayiv because of the mother. Even if the kedusha was tarifes, he's not going to be chayiv for the eishes aviv. But time of my why? If the kedusha is chal, so why shouldn't the ben be chayiv also for eishes aviv? Why it's only for imay? Abaya said because the pasuk says imchai. It says in the pasuk Evas Avicha Eves Imcha Loy Sigala, and then it says Imcha he's a miyut. So what is the miyut coming to tell us? Ima atam mechayv. On mitzad Ima is going to be mechayev. The yat mechayv mishmeish yourself, but you're not going to be mechayev because of eishes. According to you, that Imcha is a miyut. So let's look in the next pasuk. It says. You have to dash in the he of the next pasuk. Yes, it also says a miyut. It says Evas Eishes Avicha, the Eva of a woman, not his mother, of the wife of his father. It says it's the Eva of his father. So we should be dashing that one who lives with a woman who's the wife of the father, he's only chayiv mishum of, but you're not going to be mechayiv him because of Gilu Evas Imay, because it's not his mother, only because of Evas Avicha. So the Gemara sharpens the kasha. Now, a mother who is the wife of his father, koi hacha u'memayitla. We're coming to be memayit that there he's only going to be chai for the issue of his mother and not for being the issue of his father. Koi hacha u'memayitla. And then you had the second pasuk of a woman that's not his mother, but the wife of his father. He's not going to be chayiv for mishum imay. Hashta imay she'enay eshes aviv mechayiv. So he says now, if you're going to dash in the he to tell us that one who lives with his mother, but it's not the wife of his father, okay, because she was, let's say, anusa, she was raped, so it wasn't the wife of the father, and he came out of that woman. Mechayiv. He's going to be Chaim Mishum. And then Habal Eishes of somebody who lives with a woman that's not his mother, but it's the wife of his father. Sheina Imay, that's not his mother. Mechayiv, you say he's going to be Chaim Mishum Eishes of it. It comes out, but what if it would have been Imay, Shehi Eishes of it, which is also the wife of the father? Like Mechayiv Klal, you're going to say he's not going to be Chayiv at all? That cannot be. It's not, for sure it's not so. We know he is Chayiv. So even more so, if you're going to dash in he as a miyut, that the ben is not going to be chaim mishumeish zaviv le'abananami, according to Chachamim, who argue on Rabbi Yehuda, and he says that you are chaim mishumeish zaviv. So, and you chaim both these surim. Haksiv imchehi. What does he do with the he? Elavada yahumim bayilei the he. You needed to come Rab Sheisha b'rei Davidi. Like Rab Sheisha Davidi will say later on, the Gemara will explain to tell us the punishment on one who lives with his mother. And that he, you need to have that it needs to tell us the punishment, and the Gemara will explain later on Daf Nun Daled Amar Aleph. Where are we going to learn out that the punishment, the Isser, that he was only on the mother and not the Eishes Avi, because it says Imchahi Loisagala Evasa. Evasa is Halashon Mishum Eva Achas. It's Halashon Yachid. So Mishum Eva Achas to Mechayim Einat to Mechayim Mishum Shtei Aves. You cannot be Mechayim because of two Aves, also for Eishes Avi. You can only be Mechayim only for Imay. In fact, you're saying Avas Halashon Yachid comes to tell you you're only going to be Chayim for one Isa. It says the nakedness of your daughter-in-law Loisagal shouldn't reveal. He is the wife of your son. Loisagal Evasa. Are you then going to say it says Evasa Lashiyach Mishum Eva Achsata Mechayve? You're only going to be Mechayvim for one Isa of Eva, and you're not going to be Mechayvim for Eishes Ish. But now we learned in the Mishnah Habal Kalasi, one who lives with his daughter-in-law Chayv Allah Mishum Allah mishum kalasi. One, he's going to be chai because of the Isa living with his daughter-in-law. And also he's going to be chai because of living with a married. She's married to a man, his son. He's married to the son. Whether it's in the lifetime of his son, whether it's after the death of his son. And Rabbi Yehuda didn't argue in this case, so there's two Isurim, even though it says Avasa. Ella, what does Avasa mean? Even the Chat Gufu. It means to say, since the Isha, that man that lived with her was only one guf. Afagav the Trei Yisurin, even though there's two separate Yisurin, Ksiv Avasa, it still says Avasa V'lash Yachid, because we're talking about one body, not being negated to the Yisurin. Here we're talking about one body. It's not telling you whether it's one Isur or two. Afagav the Trei Yisurin. It could be even if there's two Yisurim. Ksiv Avasa, it's still the Torah writes Avasa, because Avasa is referring to the guf, not to the Yisurim. Rather, Rabbi says that we learn out that if he lives with his mother, he's not going to be chai because of Eishes Aviv, because imchahi is a miyut. Because Rabbi Yehuda says there are three parts. Evas Avicha. First, the first pasuk it says Evas Avicha. What is Evas Avicha going on? So Eishes Avicha. It's a woman. He lived with a woman, not his mother, but the wife of his father. And he learned it out with Gzeda Shava. It says, Evas Avicha Lo Segala, asked as a person to live with his father. And then it says, Umashma Bein Eishes Aviv, that the Isa is no excited whether it's the wife of his father, she Imai, that it's his mother, Bein Eishes Aviv Sheinime, whether it's the wife of the father, the wife is not his mother. How do we know if it's his mother, but it's not the wife of the father, because the father raped her, so it's not the wife, and he was born from her, so it's his mother. So the imchahi comes to tell you, because of the mother, you can be mechayiv him. But you cannot be mechayiv him because of being the wife of the father. Even with it's his mother and it's the wife of the father. We'll continue tomorrow, the last piece of the Gemara.